Hello everyone.
Welcome
To
College Radio.
Yay!
Episode 6.
Wow, we're
Go
really
us.
here. 60% out of 10 episodes.
That's right. Oh my god, I've never thought of it like that. Ooh.
Exciting. Okay, so if you're unacquainted with us, I am Lee, your Brazilian born and raised host.
And I'm Stephanie, your Canadian raised host.
Hell yeah. And today we're trying something out. We're doing a bit of a themed episode today.
Yeah, a little bit.
And we're going to be going about Black Friday, something that is relatively important.
Yep, it just finished for those of you who don't know. Black Friday is the Friday after American Thanksgiving. So it was last Friday, but it's often combined with like the whole weekend. So there's Black Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, and then Cyber Monday is also, it's not such a thing in Europe, but it is pretty big in America.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to be here today to see what you guys think and to kind of like discuss these transitions and what's coming, because, yeah, consumerism in a capitalistic society, y'all.
Woohoo!
That's what we have for today. So, upcoming now, we have
ourselves a nice little interview.
Our pre-recorded interview with a very good friend of ours.
Yes, so enjoy. All right, so we are here today with Henry. Henry has some amazing artistic abilities that he's here to talk about today. Would you care to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, what's up? I'm happy to be here. My name's Henry. I do art in my free time. And yeah, I'll be happy to answer some of your questions.
Nice art. What kind of art do you do?
It's the majority is cover art, meaning it's artworks for singers, songwriters, people that want to release their music and need art to go with it.
Do you have any specific like genres that you typically do art for?
I'd say most of the time it's hip hop and trap related, just because of the fact that this is the music I listen to the most myself. But I wouldn't say I'm limiting myself to any genre. Like if there was someone to approach me for a jazz cover, I'd be happy to do it. So
You wouldn't say no.
Well.
I would love to see that, honestly. I think that would be really dope.
I think so too.
Then how is it for you, really, since it's like your favorite genre of music something everyone likes, to be working with that?
It's beautiful. Like it's so much fun to do because I feel like the ideas and the vibes that I get from listening to the music, I can translate them directly into the art that I do, or most of the times I'm able to, and it's just really cool to see. And also learn from other covers that you see within the genre that you look up to, or you want to do something similar.
Yeah, and it's a very, not necessarily kind of, but it's a bit specific. For example, to work with cover art, do you work mainly with artists and producers? How did you approach this particular niche?
To be honest, I started approaching producers because around the producer community, it is common for them to release packages or bundles of melodies that they send to other producers, and these usually get advertised with artworks on Instagram or wherever they're shared. So I started approaching producers to do them their bundle arts for the melodies that they're giving away. But as of now, it's mainly artists. So yeah, it was kind of that transition going to actual cover art.
That's so cool. So where do you get your inspiration for like individual pieces? Because I've seen some of them, and the one that you posted yesterday actually with the dragon, I thought that was amazing. So like, where would you get inspiration for that?
Well, for the one that you're just mentioning, it was, or like many times, it's just the thing that I'm feeling in the moment. There's not really a source of inspiration that I go to every time. But obviously, I have friends around me a lot of times that I do it. They give some sort of inspiration, or I see other cover art that I really like and I try to recreate something that's similar to it. But I'd say most of the time it's just what I feel like fits best, or I see two pictures and I'm like, yo, I have to put these together. Like,
So it's very intuitive.
Yeah, really.
So
also,
cool.
like whenever I put up stuff on my social media, it's never something that I have in stock or plan ahead. It's literally like whatever I post, I'm in it that day.
Oh, that's wow.
Yeah.
So you don't gather like ideas or material beforehand?
Rarely, except it's for someone that I might actually take a bit more time in preparation. But I think the stuff that I do for myself, no, not really.
How long does it take to, like, from the concept to posting it? How long would one single piece take?
I'd say the average would be maybe around 1 or 2 hours.
Wow,
That's fast.
it really
And-
is.
I mean, you see it all around, but there's like such simple artworks, which is like you put a color scheme or you put some texture and you slap a text on top of it or a picture of the artist. That's it.
Create a
And-
business style.
Yeah.
Sometimes simplicity is key. I mean, most of the time it is, but yeah, they get very easy to very complex. I'd say maybe from 30 minutes being the fastest to, yeah, I don't know. I spend a week on one cover art once.
Wow.
And that was
Wow.
just really exhausting. Yeah.
Then, sorry.
It must be really fulfilling then, like at the end, to see it all come together, especially if you spent like up to a week on it.
Yeah, well, this is like special case if you're working with people and it's
Yeah.
like a whole lot of back and forth when you're trying to get all their ideas in there. But yeah, it's really cool. Like most of the time, even I can't really wait until it's finished. Like while I'm doing it, I'm getting impatient.
It's not even done. But then, how is it for you, like the whole design process? Is it something that you learn as you make it through? Do you check out information in other places?
I mean, I've always been interested in Photoshop and just messing around with it. And I wouldn't call my professional in any way. Like there's this program allows you to do anything really. And I'd say like with the things that I'm doing, I still only know the basics of the program. But yeah, you learn and you can pick up a lot of stuff from YouTube, from other people that do it on Instagram, whatever. Like it's literally just self-teaching, doing it.
So it was all like your own motivation to start this, right? Like it wasn't for school or anything.
No,
It's
not
just-
not at all. Actually, not for school. I've had wonderful people around me, obviously that I met here in school, and that keep motivating me and tell me, man, like this is pretty dope. You should do it like more often. Like make it your hobby. So that definitely gives me some inspiration, motivation. But yeah, it just came by itself.
So, how was it for you to take the first step that you were like, okay, I'm gonna do this?
I'm not sure when I made that decision, like precisely, but I remember putting up the first art that I had on Instagram, and it was quite exciting moment. Yeah.
To what point did you switch to selling and stuff?
I think that was also something that just developed over the time. And
Someone
yeah.
asked for it, or
Yeah, I mean, like I said it before, I was reaching out to other producers, and yeah, I mean, the more people that started to follow me, it was different kind of people just texting me and asking me, yo, man, like, can you do me something like that? Or then actually starting to ask for prices, which was, kind of, really surreal almost, like
Yeah.
telling them that, yeah, well, I can do this, but it's going to cost you 15 euros, I don't know.
okay, how can people reach out to you?
They can visit my website if they want, which is vdk.png.com, and it's not really a complex website yet, but I put like a little portfolio together. And obviously on Instagram, this is where I post all the stuff that I do. Yeah, and they can feel free to check it out if they haven't already.
Which we highly recommend, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. A quick, very curious question before we leave. What is VDK for?
It's my last name.
Oh!
It's Van der Knaap.
Oh, okay.
vdk.png.
Wow,
And the
okay.
PNG is the file format.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that part I suppose, but the VDK was kind of like, oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
no, it is.
I actually have one more question. Do you have any like success stories? So things where you posted and the customer or like the artist or the producer or whatever really, really liked it and they like publicly, I don't know, thanked you for it or something. Success stories.
Yeah, I've had a couple of success stories. I mean, most of the people that I work with, they're usually happy with the result, which is very nice to see, obviously,
Yeah.
that they enjoy it and that they're ready to pay for it. Yeah, I'd say my biggest success story is related to the goal that I set myself of making a cover art for my favorite artist. And
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty cool because I got to work with one of the creative directors that is his personal creative director.
That's insane.
And it's just almost funny to me to think how easy it is to connect with people over the world, you know. And
Yeah.
then we started just working on a bunch of projects, and one of them actually made it to be the official one. And he gave me a little shout out on his Instagram. That
That's
was really,
awesome.
I think that was my most like biggest success story so far.
Yeah,
That's lit.
that's amazing. I mean, congratulations. It's,
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, from conception, which you started the Instagram page not that long ago,
Yeah,
a few
I
months
think
ago.
February.
Yeah. So, I mean, from February till now, you've
Already
grown
managed-
immensely, and just congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Many more
Just the
successes to
start.
come.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely a testament to hard work and motivation.
Yeah, well, I think when you're in that position and you get people to, you know, tell you that they admire your motivation and drive, I always tell myself it's like not even close to being enough, you know. But I think that people that are in similar situations can relate, because you always wanna push even harder, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
not enough.
What's your tip for everyone else?
I actually say this quite a lot, and it might seem like a little bit boring, like a classic answer. But I'd say for anyone that does any creative stuff and is about to or motivated to get better at it, I'd say do it every day. Doesn't matter what exactly, but just convince yourself to do something every day, and it'll get you there for sure.
It adds
Nice.
up.
That's
It's true.
definitely a good tip to leave off on. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Again, for all of our listeners, it's vdk.png on Instagram or vdk.png for the website, right?
Ooh, yeah. Thank you very much
Awesome.
for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Coming.
All right, so I hope that you enjoyed our interview with Henry, our man of many talents.
Yes, because not only does he work with, cover art, he also works with audio art.
Audio art, I like that. So enjoy this song that's coming up right now, Bitchwalk with
Finessegtb or Finessegtb.
yes, enjoy. All right. So that was VDK on Spotify. Bitchwalk with Finessegtb.
So it was the first pronunciation.
Yes.
we were discussing which one should be the pronunciation.
Finessegtb.
Or
I mean,
I like finesse. I think it's better. All right, for our next segment, what is happening in Leeuwarden?
so many things. So many things happening in Leeuwarden.
Not as much as in Rotterdam.
That's true.
Okay, so
we'll get to that later.
Yeah, true. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. So starting today, 1st of December, mouth caps are completely, utterly mandatory.
Finally. In stores,
Museums,
gas stations,
restaurantes,
cafes,
theaters,
concert halls.
hairdressers, driving school owners, and the nail stylists with people with similar professions.
So basically, like any
Service working.
business, any service, if you're going indoors, wear a mask, wear a face mask.
Yeah, and if you're in public and there's just a lot of people around you, also please still wear a mask.
Use common sense.
Yeah.
We beg you.
It was very weird because today I went to pick my bike, like to go to the doctor, and there was a face mask in front of my house with a condom on it.
What? What?
It's double protection. I don't know. It was really weird.
Better safe than sorry.
Dude, it was so weird. But, I mean, yes. So please wear a mask and a condom if you need to.
All types of protection, just use them.
Yes.
Moving on, Leeuwarden is going to start implementing parking robots for bicycles at the train stations. Cool.
Like, is a robot gonna pick up my bicycle and put it on front of me, or?
Oh, damn. Yeah, I guess they're just trying to, like, automate the whole system. Maybe that's what they're working on right now, because I know that they've had construction at the train station for a long time.
Yeah, they were fixing the pathway that we know, and thank God, because that shit was dangerous.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
Next, since last week, there is Leeuwarden's first post-NL parcel and ladder machine at the Jumbo in Zuiderburen. People who live in and around Leeuwarden can now easily receive and send parcels there. That's actually so helpful.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I want to try it out.
Because that has been a problem to me recently. Because I know that they have a spot, like, all the way in Bilhard. But after I moved, southern of the city, I was kind of like, how do I...
It's pretty far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. So it'll just make it a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Next point, unlike cities such as Rotterdam, Leeuwarden has so far not had to invoke additional corona regulations or close stores at an earlier time. But most other cities, such as Eindhoven, Groningen, and Amsterdam, asked their citizens to shop online instead of going to stores, especially for Black Friday.
Absolutely. I don't know if you can show the video. I don't think we can. But there was this video going around about the crowds on Black Friday of Rotterdam.
It was just crazy.
Insane, y'all.
Super packed. Like people
people
don't care.
It was like 2020 didn't even happen.
Yeah.
What is a pandemic?
Everybody was just packed in like sardines and...
God, if I'm in a room with more than 20 people, I already get like, oh God.
I don't know if this has happened to anybody else, but anytime I'm watching a movie or a TV show or any kind of video and there's like many people, even if it was filmed in like the 1950s, I'm like, oop, Corona. Every single time.
It's amazing. I'm really excited to see more research about the long-term effects of Corona, of what's going to happen, because Jesus Christ. Our Lord and Savior.
All right, moving on to a little bit more local. What's happening in Stenden?
To talk about Jesus. Happy December, y'all! Christmas events and content should be popping up soon, all the way in Stenden.
Absolutely. So just...
Yeah. Stay within the, social media, within Stuco.
They're going to have some lovely content coming for y'all. I never say y'all. I don't know why I said that. December 5th, for those of you who aren't Dutch, December 5th is Sinterklaas Day. Because Sinterklaas is like the person, I don't know. It's the day of Sinterklaas.
Yes, it's yeah. So it's Sinterklaas. It's this commemoration where they do their gifts beforehand. So their holidays they don't really like truly celebrate during Christmas time.
Yeah,
like other people do.
Sinterklaas, like December 5th, I found out last night, is more for children, like people who still believe in Sinterklaas. And then December 24th, 25th is more for like adults. So most of the presents get given out at the beginning of December, and then Christmas time, like 24th, 25th, is like gathering with friends and family, eating good food, that kind of stuff. So December 5th coming up is Sinterklaas.
That's nice.
I'm sure that NHL Stenden, their Instagram page, will have some content as they do every year.
Definitely.
I don't have any information as to what that will be, but just stay tuned.
I think it's gonna be exciting because it's something that it's been on the edge because of the whole topics of Zwarte Piet and everything else. So I'm excited to see what's actually gonna happen this year and how things are gonna be approached.
Yep.
Keep an eye out. Now, a very exciting one. I'm actually super excited for this.
Same.
So sushi all you can eat for only €9.50. The theater performance, the final show is tonight. So it's not about actual sushi.
Yeah, most people, because I don't know if you've seen the advertisements on Instagram, but it appears when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, I have to like get in on this deal because it's $9.50. It's not. There will be no actual sushi, but it is a multi-faceted theatrical performance.
Yes.
And it's going to be really, really cool. I have tickets to go see it tonight.
Oh my God, I really need to get mine as soon as possible.
You got to do that. So they had shows last night, and they've got their final shows tonight. You can visit their Instagram page. Sushi, just search up sushi.
All you can
eat, $9.50. It'll pop up. And the tickets are free. You just have to reserve a time slot. And it's happening here at Stenden, in the Stenden buildings. So if you want to see a very cool interdisciplinary performance, I have a cameo.
Oh my God.
My voice is in it. I don't know what for, but I'm in it.
Interesting. Hell yeah. We've got a whole star over here, y'all.
That's right. So yeah, check it out.
And lastly, the graphic design for the day from Skillet has been postponed to next Tuesday.
Yeah, the person who was hosting it, she's feeling under the weather, so they had to postpone it 1 week.
That's good. Guys, stay healthy, and if you're not, then be healthy, okay?
Yes.
Like, focus your time on resting.
Yep. Okay, so moving on, we have kind of a new segment for us. We've tried it once before, but we're really getting into it now. We asked some of our friends, colleagues, peers, acquaintances, the whole shebang. We asked for some opinions on Black Friday.
The one and only that happened last week. And nowadays, I mean, Black Friday is something that started in America.
Oh, yes. Birthplace of capitalism.
Yes. And basically, it happens that it's spreading a lot throughout the world.
It's huge.
Yes. I'm kind of surprised that it's not as much as in Europe.
Yeah.
Like, coming from America, because it's such a big thing there. But anyhow, it's something that's coming here more and more, which I find surprising because there's also a very big sustainable movement happening all around the world, but a lot in Europe.
Specifically in Europe. Yeah. America, it's still like a trend, but it's more of a movement, like you said, in Europe.
Yeah, definitely. So I think it's actually an interesting clash, really.
Yeah. So we've got some voice messages to play for you of people's opinions on Black Friday. So take a listen.
I think Black Friday is consumerism at its best. It's deals that are always going to be there, but masking as another occasion and holiday. I think at its core, if you can get some good deals, secure it, and get out of it with a product that you're happy with, and it's great. But the whole idea over Black Friday, the hype, the crazy hordes that are depicted in the past is just delusional. So overall, Black Friday, I would rate it a 5 out of 10. If you can get a good deal, 10 out of 10. If not, strong pass.
I kind of get it. Like, I kind of agree. Like, we were talking about it a little bit before the episode, and what a lot of places do, they raise their prices just before Black Friday so that they can like market the fact that they lower their prices on Black Friday, but it's actually down to its like original price. So there's no actual deal.
Yeah, and I think, like, I don't mean to advertise CB, but that's precisely what marketing can do, because research apparently has shown, right, that, like, the majority of products marketed on Black Friday, they actually don't change the price from
like
before.
9 out of 10 deals that you would find on Black Friday, it's just the original price.
So it's the power of, the Matrix.
Power of influence.
Ooh, definitely.
Our next voice message.
So to me, Black Friday is a very smart capitalistic invention by America to make people spend their Christmas money that they get at the end of November. It is not that much of an advantage for consumers, only if you're really smart about it and look at the product that you want weeks before and then look at the price. And then really try to see if Black Friday gives you an advantage to buy the product. But mostly the sellers just make a lot of money with Black Friday because people are more impulsive to buy things when they see those big sales. And they don't really have time to make their decision because usually it's limited to one day or like the Black Friday week. And then they will impulsively buy a lot of things that they don't need. Yeah, this year, of course, it was also kind of risky to have Black Friday in stores because of COVID. But shopping online is a safe option, of course, if you're smart about it. Yeah, so I would say Black Friday, to me, is really unnecessary. But if you really want a product that you need and look at the price of it for a really long time, Black Friday can be an advantage to you. Yeah.
I really like how she pointed out the thing with planning ahead, because that's something really important. And also, as she mentioned, with people doing it, I feel like Black Friday is a lot of the group think, the hype.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it's all about the way that it's marketed. It's marketed as like this one-time only event. You can't miss it. If you miss it, you'll die.
But I mean, because the way I experienced Black Friday was a bit less on a digital basis, which is also scary when you stop to think about it, how Cyber Monday, Cyber Days basically go on. But more in the way of people seem to do and enjoy Black Friday as an event also for others, not necessarily for the prices. Because I remember in Brazil, people would go not because they saw a specific sale or a specific product. It was the whole thing of going somewhere and being on a crowd of people and being very hungry about getting everything you want.
So, okay, I feel kind of bad, but I relate to that 100% because on Black Friday, I didn't need anything, but I felt like I wanted to go I didn't want to buy anything. I just wanted to see. So I walked all the way to MediaMarkt, a fucking 20, 30 minute walk, just because I don't know, being outside, it wasn't even good weather. I just wanted to be outside on Black Friday. So I walked all the way to MediaMarkt, didn't buy anything. I think I bought an adapter for €4 and then walked all the way back.
Yeah, but that's why I feel like it's interesting, because it's not only, the buying behavior, but it's also a social event.
Really,
it is
really
something that behaves like that. And I feel like that's one of the big pulls, actually. It's not just the sales. I think it's the whole, the fervor of people gathering together and doing this one thing.
Very well put.
Hell yeah.
Our next opinion.
I think it's way better for students that are on a budget to buy their stuff cheap anyways. Black Friday really promotes buying a lot of stuff, and it makes you think that it's really cheap. But if you buy a scarf that is €40, but it used to be 80 and it has 50% off, that's still €40. And I think it creates an illusion of, oh, I've done such a great job because everything I bought was in sale, but it's still expensive. And I think it's really insane how all of those red stickers saying 50% off or 70% off or less, I don't know, really makes people want to buy things. And if you make it such a big thing, you can also make people feel left out that can't buy a lot of things, for example, or don't want to. I think it's insane how Black Friday is such a big thing, even though it's just about buying things.
That's actually a good point. I wanted to mention earlier, it's like about the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Like that's a huge pull for people.
Definitely. And yeah, I mean, it's the one of the plays as well, along with the hype. Like either you want to be in the hype and you're in, and if you're out,
you don't want to be
out. How does it feel like? Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, it was nice the way she said, because I mean, when you're a student, you need to buy things at a budget. And I think like the thing with Black Friday is, yes, things are technically on your level, on the budget, but the point of Black Friday is you're not going to focus on those things. No. You're going to buy a lot of unnecessary things.
Unnecessary, yeah. Yeah, because you feel like it's the only time that you can, yeah.
Really can. So it's repression for them to exploit you during Black Friday. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Next up.
To be perfectly honest, I'm kind of two-folded on this, because from a psychological and economic perspective, it's very fascinating. But considering environmental issues and just general, moral, I think it's just a little unnecessary. Like, you can have a sale and you can have an offer for Christmas or whatever, but this, I think, is just getting kind of out of hand, especially in America. It's been for a while, and I appreciate the concept of it, but I think there should be a better way to handle it and a better way to deal with it in an environmental sense. And this fast-paced consumerism is just, I think it's a little out of hand and also not necessary in my opinion.
100% agree.
I think it's interesting also because the person who made this audio, Emily, she works with marketing. Yeah. And I think in regards of what she said about like the necessity of things and getting out of hand, we did a little research, and turns out that more people have been killed in the United States or really badly injured from Black Fridays than, shark attacks ever since 2006. Like, someone was literally stomped to death in 2008.
It happens, I think, more often than it's reported.
I agree. And it's insane. I've seen, like, scenarios of people, like, being shot because of parking lots. People punching each other.
I remember, like, every single year, except for this one, obviously, like, the day after Black Friday, seeing all these videos on the news or something of, like, oh, this was in a mall in Texas or something. And it's just, like, it's a stampede.
Like, people breaking walls and doors, and I think like the system really got us. Like, look at the state that people got in, and I feel like we can't really judge from far away because, like, to the people that've been at concerts, the feeling. You know what it's like being there, wanting to be close to the stage, the fight,
the mosh pit
struggle.
It's like just an eternal mosh pit.
Yes, but like the fact that we brought that over because of materialistic means is a bit scary.
It really is. Yeah. All right, our next voice message. We're getting close to the end of them.
I see the Black Friday as a great opportunity to get into the Christmas spirit, which is, of course, getting tons of stuff for yourself and your loved ones. It's a time to buy everything you wanted over the course of the year, but we're never quite sure if you really needed it, or if it was the right time. Black Friday is the right time. Not just because of the big sale and 50% off logos, there's also a big social aspect to it. The first thing people ask you when you come in on Friday morning is what you've bought or what you will buy. I personally, being a needy student, but also a tech enthusiast and a gamer, I'm a big fan of Black Friday and the whole culture that comes with it. Seeing as most big games and current tech devices are being sold for a fraction of the price.
Well, that's a total 180 from all of our other...
Which is great.
If it wasn't satirical.
No, it's great. And also what he mentioned in regards of the gaming industry, that's one thing that I
Huge.
will point out. The sales on the gaming industry are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Black Friday, it's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very much worth it.
Yeah, because a lot of that is like digital anyways, or like constantly needing to update. So like you buy a new game, you buy a new console, you buy a new controller, like you're constantly purchasing things for it, or like updates in the games or like stuff like that. So I mean, for stuff like that, it makes sense that there would be actual deals on it. So if like you wanted to stock up on Black Friday in that regard, then yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing because, I mean, Black Friday started off as something related to Thanksgiving and buying gifts and Christmas and stuff. So the timing and the differences that you also have with it, like within Black Friday, is amazing for the different industries.
Yeah. Yeah. It's strayed a little bit from that as of late, but moving on.
Yes, the world becomes another.
Yep. Our last voice message, I believe.
Okay, so I'm not really sure about any of the history of Black Friday or anything like that. But it's kind of weird that it's just kind of like a holiday, but it's only based around buying stuff because it's on sale. That's the first thing. And also, yeah, I think with what's been happening this year, all of the like huge shopping-based corporations already got a lot of money through online shopping and stuff. So I think it's very nice if people, instead of buying stuff from Amazon, for example, or like ball.com, just buy from a smaller store or like an independent brand or artist or something. Because most people don't really plan to buy something on sale on Black Friday anyways. It's just impulsive, I feel like. So it's better to buy something impulsively from a person that actually needs the money than from a corporation. And one of my favorite brands who make like fully vegan clothing and are very environmentally responsible, their message was that they just closed down their store for all of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, just as a message against, overconsumption, which I think was really nice.
I like that a lot. There was one thing that I wanted to mention that I thought about. What was it?
Well, I have to say in the meantime that she remembers it. I find that really admirable. I think I follow them, or maybe it was another store, because I also voted. A store was asking, like, should we send all of our profit to charity or should we close down the store? And wow. I thought both were amazing. I voted sending things for charity. I don't know in the end what happened, but I agree with you. I think it's a lot on the impulse, and I think it's getting to a point where maybe Black Friday, something is going to happen. I don't know, but I feel like it's going to eventually reach its peak.
I think it would have to.
And people are going to develop, like, a shock will happen, and people have to think about it critically.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be forced. Because nowadays you can be coerced to consider and think about things, but then it's kind of like, okay, do we want to do this? How can we do this sustainably? How can we work this through in a way that people ethically don't die too. Because of it?
Yeah. I remember what I wanted to say, and I think it's like nice as like a round off point for this segment. Support small businesses, support local businesses.
Yes.
Always. Black Friday, Christmas, any time of the year, support local, support small businesses.
Because trust me, you can find so many more interesting and good products.
Interesting, unique, and cost-effective, sustainable.
The money doesn't go to an asshole like Jeff Bezos.
Exactly. All right. That's our round off point.
Our producer is nearly screaming at us to round it off.
Okay, so next up we have another song by VDK on Spotify, Droptop X Fraxille. Fraxille. Enjoy.
Or
Enjoy
not.
In a moment.
Technical issues. The button isn't going, but soon enough you'll be hearing.
I mean, I could sing for you, but you probably wouldn't enjoy it as much.
We can sing.
Don't support Amazon.
No, Jeff Bezos is not a good guy.
You can find us on Spotify.
We're the best duo, honestly.
All right, so we're gonna try and get that
Fixed.
Yep,
and
but in the
come back
meantime,
at
we have our next segment, creative businesses. Today's theme, kind of in combination with shopping and Black Friday, also kind of in combination with
our lovely
VDK.
interview.
Exactly.
VDK.
Our theme for these creative businesses is art, which I know my co-host will love.
Yes, sir.
All right, so the first business that I found is called Culturalive. It's a cultural diversity portal, discovery, oh my gosh, a cultural discovery portal where you can find a calendar of ongoing and upcoming exhibitions at destination museums around the world. Currently, it's available in a lot of the big hubs. So it's available in Paris, Amsterdam, shout out, London, New York, Los Angeles, and Madrid. Culturalive makes it easy for local and international audiences to find and share exhibitions, buy tickets, invite friends, and share your own exhibition reviews.
Oh my god, this is hella good.
You would love that.
Yes, this is because that's the one thing. If I'm traveling with someone, I usually drag them like to a museum or something.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people are like, that was actually so fun. And I'm like, yes, because it is. But a lot of people don't necessarily have the contact with it. Secondly, we have Artmo. So Artmo was founded with the mission to connect the art world. So for our fellow artists and creators, like make sure to check out this app. It is a social network for it. So it's kind of like an open platform with informative and entertaining content. Also a social art network and a marketplace. So you can, sell your stuff, you can discuss stuff, you can collaborate on stuff. And so if you're an art lover, if you're an artist, a gallery or a collector, they literally have been like, they're just providing a holy ground for you.
Exactly.
They were launched in Hamburg in 2017. And yeah, like I said, you can discover exhibitions, artists, you can make your own profile, you can post, share, comment, make connections, collaborate. The world is yours,
It's basically just like a social network platform, but art-based.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's really interesting as well, because now there's this growing trend of like a template for a social network, but for specific themes.
Yeah.
And I actually
more
like
niche.
that.
I kind of like it too, actually, because since like the new Instagram update with like it's very shopping centric, I'm not a fan.
I don't like that
I'm not
either.
like literally the notification button was replaced with shopping. I'm not a huge fan. So I kind of actually like I didn't expect to like all these niche apps and like social network platforms, because it's just another thing that you have to download and keep track of. But I mean, if it takes me away from the consumeristic side of Instagram, then I'm fine.
I mean, I don't like Instagram. I really don't. I'm bad at posting pictures. I'm bad at doing updates. I'm bad at notifications. I'm bad at everything. But like, if I don't have Instagram, especially in a Corona world, how do I do things? Yeah. So I found this other app that is also a bit niche. It's called A Pattern. And basically it's an Instagram, but for talking about life and deep stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, that's my lane. That's my lane. So next we have the 20x200.
20 by 200 is our final business. They're the leader in curated limited edition art online, which bridges the gap between the art world and consumer retail. They sell archival? I don't know how to pronounce that. They sell quality yet affordable prints from emerging, established, and legendary artists.
That's hella good.
Yeah, so if like you're established in the slightest, or you just want to share your art, check them out.
Yeah, definitely. Up next, we have a very quick tips for everyone regarding Black Friday, because not everyone was there on Black Friday. Some people missed it. Cyber Monday was yesterday. Life is complicated. We don't have money.
So, some tips for either next year's Black Friday or, I mean, I know personally I still have some Christmas gifts to get.
Me too.
So, these tips could help you with that.
Yes. So first things first, do not despair. Don't get a FOMO. Cyber Mondays usually last like cyber weeks.
Yeah.
And up until the Christmas period, you'll probably be able to find a lot of stuff for a cheaper price.
Yeah.
The quality is suspicious, but the price is cheaper. You can also go to aim for secondhand stuff or for local stuff, like we said.
I was just going to say the same thing. So if you were listening to our episode, was it last week or the week before, where we talked about Society 6 and Depop specifically, thrift stores, check those out first. You'll get unique gifts. They're sustainable or more sustainable than buying like new online that has to be shipped around the world. Your wallet will thank you.
Definitely. And lastly, if you're around Leeuwarden and you're going to buy things here for your family and for Christmas, there is a secondhand Facebook group that is very widely used. I don't know why Facebook groups are so big in Leeuwarden.
I don't know, but that's a very good point.
Yeah, so make sure to check it out because you can find some really good stuff there.
Leeuwarden's first online garage sale.
Yes, or the secondhand boulevard as well.
That's a physical shop. So
Yes.
Leeuwarden's first online garage sale is a group on Facebook. It's like Marketplace, but specifically for Leeuwarden. And you can post whatever you want there. I've sold stuff on there before, and it works very, very well.
Yeah, I also got some stuff.
But yeah, check out all of the thrift shops around Leeuwarden. Secondhand Boulevard is one of them.
It's a really good one.
It is, yeah.
It's a hella good one. There is one that is right by New York Pizza, but it's so expensive. It's a vintage one. Yeah.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
It's very expensive. But the Boulevard, you can trust it. It's really good.
Yeah, so just do your research, ask around, because there are quite a few thrift shops around Leeuwarden. Getting to the end of the episode, we have our song working. So this is Droptop X Fraxille by VDK on Spotify.
Enjoy.
Welcome back. That was
VDK with Droptop Fraxille.
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 So you can find his music on Spotify. Just search up VDK, and if you want his art, go to his Instagram, vdk.png. Do it.
Yeah, it's worth it. And thank you so much for coming with us through this journey.
Lovely journey of consumerism.
Consumerism and art.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, we're at the end of another episode. Thank you so much for listening to us. Feel more than free to check out everything that we say, or criticize, or give a feedback, or comment. Like, you know, this is for you. Make it as you wish it to be.
Questions, comments, concerns, we welcome them all. Type whatever you want in the chat. Hit us up on WhatsApp, Instagram, in the hall, anything, carrier pigeon.
Yeah, I mean, just be 1.5 meters away. But other than that, we hope to see you around wearing a face mask.
Yes.
Staying positive and testing negative. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.